Welcome to CapTV. I'm your host, Dominique Jackson.
And I'm your host, Audrey Bauer. It's getting to be that time of the year again when the spooky creatures come out to play and the ghost adventures begin. Halloween can be an exciting and surprisingly frightening time for year for all ages. Whether you enjoy carving pumpkins, passing out candy, or braving the scariest haunted houses, there's always something fun to do.
We are going to take a quick break, but when we return, we will speak with some professional ghost hunters from Central Ohio. With us in the studio today, we have Jason Caldwell and Jason Robertson, two paranormal investigators from the group Ohio Paranormal. These guys spend their time busting myths in search of true supernatural encounters. So, how are you guys doing today?
Hey, doing great, Dominique.
Doing good.
That's great. So, can you guys explain to me some of the myths you've run into over the ghost hunting years?
Well, I think the biggest myth we've run into is the Crybaby Bridge, because there seems to be one in every county here in Ohio.
What exactly is Crybaby Bridge?
Crybaby Bridge is like a legend of a woman who had a baby she couldn't keep and threw it over the side into the water. So now her and the baby are forced to haunt the bridge for all of eternity. Well, we found, we'll go check out these bridges when we find them. We found one out in Western Ohio that we think actually might be legitimate. And we have some electronic voice phenomena we're going to share with you in a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Well, how long have you guys been doing this exactly?
Oh, I'd say at least 12 years.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
And what got you into doing that exactly?
Well, I had a friend in high school who told me his house was haunted, spent the weekend.
Okay.
Friday night comes and goes, nothing happens. So I'm making fun of him the next day.
Yeah.
Okay. He goes, man, it's not like it happens all the time. So mid-afternoon, we're the only people home. And we're playing the radio and we're up in his room. 3 knocks on the bedroom door. We think his parents came home.
Yeah.
So he goes, hey, come on in. It gets louder, 3 more knocks. I told you to come in. He reaches over, he opens the door, nobody's there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I experienced that a lot through high school.
Really?
I mean, I knew this guy well. That was actually in Clintonville, so I was like, older area of Columbus, not far from here. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what are some of the tools that you guys use when you ghost hunt? Like all these tools right here. Can you explain what these are?
Jason, why don't you tell them about the tri-field meter?
Yes, we have a tri-field meter. This is a electromagnetic field meter. It will detect a DC field. Basically, a ghost, it's not known if a ghost creates the field or if the field creates the ghost, but either way, this can pick up on the field, and there seems to be some sort of correlation between the field and paranormal activity. This is also another type of EM meter, and I believe it's an AC meter, and it also has a thermocouple thermometer built in, which also gives you the temperature of the immediate area. And with a lot of things paranormal, there are cold spots associated with it. As entity draws energy, it will create a cold spot, and we can detect both the EM field and the cold spots with that gadget there.
This is a simple infrared motion detector. That's something you can get really cheap. That's gotten a lot of results over the years.
Yeah.
Put it in empty rooms, and then, okay, it's not just the fact that it goes off for no reason. Mm-hmm. We go into rooms where that thing goes off, and then we get readings on, say, the tri-field meter or the Mel meter. Now, a step up from that, but a bit more costly, is a hunter's game camera.
Ooh. Fancy.
Now, deer hunters put these out in the woods, and it's just got a simple motion detector attached to a simple digital camera. Well, I've been playing with this for about a year now. I stick it in rooms that I think have activity and I try to get it to go off.
Yeah.
Now, nothing fantastic has come out of this, but it has gone off in empty rooms. It's given me blank photos so far. So I'm going to keep playing with that, see what we come up with here in the future.
And the last piece we have is a digital voice recorder. These don't, you can use regular micro cassette recorders or anything, but these can pick up voices that you can't hear when you record them, but when you play back, you can capture voices on them. It's called the electronic voice phenomenon, and that's what he was talking about with the Crybaby Bridge.
So can you immediately tell if a building gets haunted by the gut feeling when you walk into the room?
Some of us can.
So.
Well, you're talking about a level of sensitivity that's more natural in some people than others.
Okay.
And I think if you do this long enough, what they say on TV actually, this myth actually is true, I believe. I'll say that when they say you become more sensitive over time, yeah, that does happen.
So do you have any places in the future where you would love to investigate at?
Oh man,
Too many to list, I think.
way too many to list.
What do you think your favorite one that you're looking at right now is?
What's your personal favorite?
It's really hard to choose. Like if I could go anywhere in the world
Yeah,
and have
anywhere.
it done, I'd go to the pyramids in Egypt. I think that'd be really cool to get in there and try to do an investigation there.
That ranks up there with me, and I think definitely older parts of Las Vegas.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, because it's not a cheap trip, and I'd just love to get access to some of the old hotels, especially where the Rat Pack was.
Well, those are really interesting stories, and I would love to listen to that when we come back. But we are going to take a quick break, and when we return, we will take a look at some spooky footage from around Bexley area and continue talking with our paranormal guests.
And would you encourage other students to get involved with debate?
I would encourage a ton of students to get involved because I know I make it sound like it's a ton of work, but you put into it what you want to get out. So once you start working, you become passionate about the topic, you almost just get drawn in and you want to do the work and you want to show up for the practice debates and you just want to give it your all and win those rounds. It really helps if you're competitive. I know that's a lot of the reason a lot of other students are in it is because they like to win, and winning by knowledge is very satisfying too.
To get more into the spirit of Halloween, let's take a look at some chilling footage of campus in the Bexley area. When we return, we will have special guests with us that have first-hand encounters with ghostly experiences. Welcome back to the show. Still with us in the studio, we have our guests, Jason Caldwell and Jason Robinson. Based on our time with them so far, it sounds like they had a ton of exciting experiences chasing and exploring the paranormal world. Thank you. So guys, it's really hot in here and it's kind of spooky, so I'm just gonna take my hat off at that, if you guys don't mind.
Me too.
No problem.
Hat off.
Okay, so can you guys explain to us exactly what the EVP is again?
That's electronic voice phenomena. And this was found by a German man many years ago who was recording bird calls on a reel-to-reel recorder. And when he played them back, he found out he was hearing voices commenting on the bird calls that he was listening to, but he knew he was alone when he did it. Ooh. So really, you just take any standard digital recorder, tape recorder. You could even use your home computer with a record program. And you go into an area you think there's activity.
Yeah.
You record, you ask questions, you wait for responses. Play it back later, see what you get.
So can we demonstrate that right now?
Oh, you just take any standard recorder and
Okay.
press record, and there you go.
Are you recording it?
Oh, I'm sorry, you want examples of stuff we already got. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, the first one I'll play for you is from the Palmer Road Bridge. It is actually the Crybaby Bridge we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
We had just arrived, pulled up in our car, and our investigator was clicking the record button right when we got this voice inside our car. He was having his opening remarks, and you'll hear a voice yelling, "I will not deny my baby." And then it's kind of like a little scream fade off at the end. So here we go.
I heard it a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, more time for this.
So we'll play it again here.
Oh wow, I heard it that time. That's spooky.
Ohio's real Crybaby Bridge.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So.
One of our other really good ones that we've recorded is in Haydenville Tunnel. It's an old clay transport tunnel built about 100 years ago. It's been abandoned since the 50s, and it's collapsing in, so I wouldn't recommend anyone go there now. But this is another one of our really good ones. We're trying to decide if we're going to dig through to get to the other side, and we captured a voice screaming, "No, not that tunnel." Play it.
Oh, I heard that.
Oh wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. Are individuals usually hesitant to have paranormal investigators look into something at their own home?
You'd be surprised. Probably now more than ever, because there's so many people that are just putting something up on the internet. It's kind of scary, okay? When you have people that don't know what the heck they're doing, and they're thrill seekers and they want to come into your house. You know, we've been doing this for over a decade. It was easy to get cases in the beginning because no one else was doing it. There were only 3 groups in the entire state, and we were one of them. Now I think there's a group in every county, but some of them I think are like high school seniors with, you know, Monster Energy drinks and a video camera, and you know, that worries people. Because you hear these stories, hey, I called in the investigation team and a bunch of 18-year-olds showed up with Monster Energy drinks and a camcorder, and then that makes them a little bit more hesitant. But, you know, I think I'm just pushing for quality. We do fewer cases now than ever, but we do higher quality cases now.
Would you think that the other shows are more fake, or would you think that a lot of it's real or for just TV, like, in your opinion?
Both.
Both?
I think that my 2 favorite shows would be Ghost Hunters, which has been on for a while, and Ghost Adventures, which has been on for a few years now. I think both shows show legitimate types of activity. I don't think every week's episode is completely legitimate, though, because it is TV. A good rule of thumb, Jason, I think you'd agree with this, what, 1 out of every 20 cases gets really good results?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Have you guys ever done any investigating with Capital at all?
You know, no. But up in Delaware, just north of Columbus, Ohio Wesleyan University, oh man, it's old, it's very active.
Oh, really? Like where
Yeah.
parts in there are active?
Gray Chapel.
What exactly goes on there?
Well, Gray Chapel was the site of a professor's suicide many years ago. He found out he had cancer. He was terminal. He shot himself right in his office.
Oh, wow.
And there is odd activity all around that building.
Yeah. What other universities have you guys been to? If any?
Went to Athens University,
Okay.
and the old insane asylum up on the hill.
Yeah.
We got a chance to get in there and investigate. Didn't get too much, a couple EVPs, that's about it. The coolest thing about that trip is we got to see the legendary stain on the floor where one of the psych patients in the 70s went missing, and they found her body in the ward. She had taken off her clothes, piled them up in a corner, laid down and died. And the sunlight coming in the window baked her body into the concrete on the floor.
Wow.
And we had to go through about 3 or 4 locked doors to get to that area, so that was really neat to see.
Okay, so once that you find out that a building or a place is haunted, what do? Did you just leave it haunted, or is there like something that you do afterwards to get it unhaunted? Like, what's the process after you determine it was
Well,
haunted?
if you really want to get rid of it, I know a really good voodoo priest. I'd probably call him, seriously.
Yeah.
If you wanted like an exorcism or spirit removal or something like that. But we don't. We leave it haunted if it's up to us, just as investigators. We're there to get you evidence, not to necessarily get rid of it for you.
Okay.
Do you guys ever do anything with your EVPs or recordings, or just kind of keep them to yourself? As like, just, I guess, memory or anything?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm kind of picky about what I'll put on the net. Jason, on the other hand, well, okay, let's make it sound like I'm more picky than he is, but he's really good at cataloging everything. So over at ohioexploration.com, which is his website, he pretty much has catalogs of everything we've ever gotten.
Wow. Is there like a, how many, I guess, hours of footage or recordings do you think you guys have? Like, if you could guess.
Tons. I mean,
Tons.
we don't just take one of these in and sit there for an hour. We have 4 or 5 recorders, and they're all recording for 6, 7 hours, and we have to go through and listen to every single one of those. And sometimes we go away with nothing, so we just wasted a couple days listening to files. And most of the time we come away, if we do get an EVP, it's very, very short, like you heard. I mean, 5 seconds, and after listening to hours and hours of tape.
All right, well, thank you guys for joining us this evening. You gave us a great view into the paranormal world.
You're welcome.
But after a great break, we will meet up with a few Halloween-spirited individuals from Capitol's campus.
Okay, bail.
What makes a student eligible to become a tutor?
Well, we're obviously looking for smart students to begin with. We do have minimum standards in terms of an overall GPA within their major, their tutoring area. They need to come to us recommended by faculty, and so those faculty recommendations are necessary. And then, of course, we're looking for students who have very good communication skills, very good at working with their peers. It's not just enough for them to be knowledgeable about the subject matter, but they've got to have those communication skills and work in a very good fashion with students as well.
Welcome back to CapTV. Tonight we're talking about the fun holiday of Halloween. With me in the studio, we have Tony and Will, students here at Capital University that love getting into the spirit of Halloween. So, how are you guys doing today?
Good, yourselves?
Great.
Doing well, thank you.
So, can you guys give us a brief description of your costumes today?
Sure, I'm a Guido from Jersey, Seaside Heights, fist pumping, and that's what I am.
Right.
And obviously I'm the Joker from Batman. Batman was one of my favorite films growing up, so I thought it'd be a good idea for a costume.
So did you guys, I'm guessing you guys put this together yourself?
Right.
And are those real tattoos?
Of course.
Are they?
Seriously?
No, they're
No, okay, good.
And how long did you think it would take to put your makeup together?
Well, actually I had a good friend do it, and it took about 30 to 35 minutes, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So what made you guys decide on these two fantastic costumes?
Well, I'm really pumped about the final season of Jersey Shore.
Yes.
And we had a party last week for the premiere, so.
Thursday.
Thursday. And so that's it.
Yeah. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing for me. I don't have a costume yet for Halloween, so I thought this might be a good idea.
A little tester.
Yeah.
Make up your
Tonight's a
own.
good night to test it out.
Great.
Right.
So what is the most important aspect of Halloween to you guys?
All right.
Oh, all right, he's about to break it down.
GTL. That's Gym, Tan, Laundry. Now that's every day. So Halloween, it's a holiday, so you add in smushing.
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 Gotcha.
Right.
Me, I personally think it's just all about having fun, whether it's trick-or-treating, scaring your friends, or just watching scary movies. It's all about having fun.
Are you guys going trick-or-treating at all?
Of course.
Definitely.
Very good.
Do you guys have any favorite Halloween traditions with your family or with your friends?
I'd say the Haunted Hoochie. I go there every Halloween.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's a great time.
Yeah. We used to have Halloween parties at my house, and we made a haunted house in the basement. It used to be huge.
So you said your favorite haunted house would be the Haunted Hoochie?
Mm-hmm.
What about yours?
Back in Pittsburgh, they had this boat. It was a river boat, and they converted it into a haunted house. So you'd like go through it, and like they had chainsaws and all the rest.
Oh, wow.
Scary.
That's funny. What are you guys' favorite like Halloween scary movies?
Oh, definitely Halloween.
Halloween, yeah.
Definitely. That and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is always a good one.
That one's very scary, yeah.
So what do you guys enjoy more, tricking or treating?
Tricking.
Tricking. Have you guys pulled any like big pranks before on Halloween?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Like which one for you?
For me?
Yeah.
Well, there's the typical, you take soap and wax out people's windows.
No. The what?
You've never done that before?
No.
No, you just take a thing of bar soap and you go and you wax your friend's windows on a car, house, just a little prank, nothing harmful.
Yeah, we used to egg everybody's house in the whole street.
Egg it?
Egg it. Throw eggs at their windows and everything.
And then the next morning when people wake up, did they know it was you and your friends egging them? Did you guys ever get in trouble?
No, the key is to not get caught.
Yeah.
Exactly. Are there any places around here you guys are gonna go like trick or treat or prank or anything?
Don't prank my door.
Our hallway probably, SA is going to get terrorized.
Really?
Which one?
SA.
Oh, SA. Okay, I'm safe.
Yeah, no, I agree with that actually. We've been pranking each other since we moved in. So
Oh, wow.
It's only going to get worse from here.
That'd be hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
Right.
What pranks did you guys pull on each other so far?
We got a rubber chicken.
Yeah.
You do what?
We have a rubber chicken. We should have brought it actually.
Yeah, I bought this rubber chicken the second week of school, and we just went around and annoyed everyone
Oh my gosh.
until someone actually stole it from us. So there's actually a reward, $50,000 to whoever can find the chicken.
Oh wow.
It's an award.
What if someone finds it? Are you gonna give them $50,000?
Where's this money coming from?
We're all pitching in.
Oh right. Have you guys been pranked at all?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
What was like the biggest prank? I guess.
I mean, it's not that big, but someone took the drawers out of my room,
Yeah.
swapped them out with someone else's.
Like with the clothes to one side of it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
What about you?
The biggest prank on me or the biggest one I've done?
Both.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not going to tell you what I've done because
Okay, that's fine.
You didn't want to know it was you.
the one it was me. I don't know. I don't remember.
You don't remember? Well, okay, so what is your guys' most favorite Halloween candy?
Protein.
Protein,
Protein.
of course. You have muscle.
Oh.
I'm simple, candy corn.
Candy
Nah,
corn is
Reese's.
very
I like
good.
Reese's.
Those are good.
Do
Yeah.
you guys have any favorite childhood memories on Halloween?
Based on Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely dressing up every Halloween and
Yeah.
going with my friends and family. It's always a good
Who
time.
did you dress up as a child? Do you remember the costumes
Oh,
you had from
everything.
year to year?
Batman, T-Rex, what else? Lots of stuff. I just can't remember right now. But definitely Batman and T-Rex. Those were the favorites.
How about you?
I was a T-Rex one year, like he was. What was another good one? I was a cowboy.
Cowboy.
Of course.
Cowboy.
I don't know. Like I said, we always had those big parties, so that's a big part of it. You know?
Alrighty.
Is there any costume that you like kind of wish you never wore as a kid or something, or you look back and you're like, oh my gosh?
What was I thinking?
I'm pretty sure I was a bumblebee once.
Aww.
That's cute.
But nah, I don't regret it. I thought it was funny. So.
What about you?
My mom made me go as an M&M one year.
M&M, oh
But
my
I was 2, so I had no control over
You
it.
had no choice.
Yeah, I just looked silly in it.
So when it comes to Halloween, is there every year when you're just like, I'm gonna trick or treat till I'm 150, or do you think you'll ever get tired of it at all?
Do you ever get too old?
I handed out candy the last couple years to kids. You know, you start to get dirty looks when you knock on the door and you got your beard coming down.
Oh my gosh.
I think I'll always enjoy Halloween to some extent, depending on what I do.
Yeah.
But it's always a good time. It's only once a year, so.
So also with Halloween, there's tons of Halloween movies and marathons that they play constantly on TV. Do you guys have any favorite Halloween movies?
The Shining.
The Shining.
The Shining was really good, actually.
I've never seen
The
that.
Mist is good too. I don't.
Those are
kind
good
of-
books.
I've seen that. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
But other than
What is The Shining about?
The Shining is
Yeah.
like, it's kind of like this family's kind of trapped in a like hotel, and the guy goes crazy. He starts trying to chop everybody up with an axe.
Yeah, and the
Like,
hotel.
here's Johnny.
Oh, yeah, that's the most memorable part of that movie. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely.
But I don't know.
Yeah, but what makes the movie so awesome is they're actually the family. They're the only family in the entire hotel. They're hotel takers, obviously. So that kind of adds to some of the movie, I'd say.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of like a suspense kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you had any like advice to any kid, any age kid, like depending on your advice, I guess, what would it be about Halloween, like to have fun or anything? What do you think?
Enjoy it while you can.
Don't get caught.
Don't get your candy stolen.
That's a good
Enjoy
one.
it while you can.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go alone, because first off, that's boring. Second off, you might get like,
Yeah, that's more
Yeah, for
dangerous.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say bring 2 costumes. I did that one year and got twice as much candy.
Definitely.
Have to be strategic.
What were the 2 costumes?
It's a T-Rex, and I can't remember what the other one was. I think it was a ghost, so something real simple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
the one year I took a wagon. I had a whole wagon full of candy.
Wow.
That was great.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us, guys. I think we can all appreciate how much fun dressing up for Halloween can be with just a little creativity.
Definitely. Tonight we learned all about fun ways to enjoy the Halloween holiday and all the exciting places to go and things to do. Join us next week to learn all about fall fashion. Thank you. I'm Dominique Jackson.
And I'm Audrey Bauer. Thanks for watching CapTV.